Okay, so they want the highest common factor for these numbers. 69, if you write out the product of prime factors, is 3 times 23. Both are prime numbers. 115, 2 doesn't work, 3 doesn't work. I think 5 would work. 5 times 23, both are prime numbers. So that's 69 is basically what? 3 times 23. 115 is 5 times 23. You circle the common numbers, 23. That's it. So your highest common factor is 23 then basically. Just normally try to do it in your head. It's easy. Next one, 6.2 times 10 to the power 5. So it's 6, 2, because it moves 0.1 here. So that's not 5 zeros. It's actually 1 point is moved there. So 4 more zeros, yeah. 2.4, that means 2.4, move it 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decimal point, stick 0, 0, 0, zeros. So it's 0 0.0000024. It has 5 zeros in the center. Okay. Then this one, just plug it through a calculator. 8.7 times the calculator paper anyways, 10 to the power 5 plus 3.56 times 10 to the power 6. It gives you whatever. That's 4.43 times 10 to the power. How many? 6 zeros. Sorry, I mean 6, 10 to the power 6. Yeah. Next one. They are asking you to do the plan, or actually someone did a plan. Plan mean you always look from the top. When you look from the top, you see 6 centimeter by 7 centimeter. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. It should be 6. The width should be 6 centimeter, not 4 centimeters. Okay, that's the wrong thing. So you would like to have 6 here, 2, 4, 6, and 7 centimeter on there. So that's 4, 6, 7. And we cut it in the center. The reason we cut it in the center is because it's not necessary, but it's better to write. It's this point. That literally, when you look from the top, it cuts exactly in the center. It will look like that. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, next one. So what do we have? 3,500. Yeah. Is it a simple interest or a compound interest? Looks like a compound interest. Look at the mark. It's 4 mark. It's not going to be simple. So it increases means 1 plus 1.07 to the power 3 then. Plug it on a calculator. It's 4,287.65. But there were number of members. That means it's a whole number. So what does this whole number would be then? We will just round it down. Okay, 4,287. Okay. Next one. You can round it up as well. It's not that big of an issue. Someone put 1,800 grams of tin completely. Density is one way. Fly into the other. She does not fill completely. Okay. Right. So if you think about this, in here, so 1,800 salt into one of the tin, and then the salt fills in completely, and the density is 1.8. See, with other 600 grams, it doesn't fill the tin completely. The volume of the space that not filled is 520. So using the first one here, I can work out the volume. Identical tins, that means they will have the same volume. Okay, so remember, density is mass over volume. Volume, you can cross it over. Volume is mass over density. Mass is 1,800 over 1.8, which will give you what? 1,000 centimeters cubed. But in here, she put 600 grams of flour. Cool. The flour doesn't fill the tin completely. Okay. The space that is not filled is 520. So how much is filled then? Filled would be the 1,000 should be take away the 520, which is 480 is the volume. They would like density. Density is mass over volume. The mass that they filled is 600 over the volume is 480. 0 can cancel. That's 1.2 grams per centimeters cubed. 1.25. 1.25 grams per centimeter cube. Yeah, 5 over 400. Next one is a calculator anyways. So that number is 0.4, so this is 0.6. This is 0.65. Is it the same thing? Did they say anything else? Nope, they have no other information. So 0.35, 0.65. Both coins lands on head. So you want, what is the outcome? The outcome is head and head, head, which is starts here, head. 0.4 times 0.35, which will give you what? 0.14 is the answer. Good. Next one. Number of minutes it would take to fill it completely. Okay, so you know the volume of this cylinder formula, pi r squared h. Make sure volume equal to pi times radius 120 squared times by the h is 40. That will give you the volume, whatever that volume is. Then what you got to do, you divide it by 320, which will make it this says how many? Something like 5654.87 seconds, because you know per second it is, isn't it? But they don't want it per second, they want it per minute, so divide that by 60. I'll just say answer divided by 60, just keep doing that. That'll give you 30 pi, whatever that is. It's 94.2 minutes. You will always round it down because the number of minutes completely take to fill the thing completely. So you could write 94, 95. So I'm just going to write 94 then. Okay, 94, 95 was fine. Next one. Draw 3a. Okay, so 3a. So if this is a, so what is this one? 3a means the 3 to the minus 9, 6. Plus the b1 and 3, which makes it minus 8 and 9. So minus 8 means you have to go left 8, isn't it? So let's say we start here. You go left 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh gosh, you can't start here because you have to go 9 up, isn't it, on here? Oh gosh, that's a bad idea. Let me move it down here. So let's say you start here. So I went left 8. Okay, and then up by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Yeah, I should have started it properly. There you go. That's the one. Here, I should have started it here. And that makes it 1, 2. So that's 9 means one more up. Yeah, that's where I end. So let's just do this from here to here. Come on. That's the one. It would do that. So that's 3a plus b, I think. Label it always. Yeah, 3a plus b, and the arrow is that way because this is where you start, that's where you end. You do not need to have these. You can get them rid of this. It's fine. Okay. If you draw and leave it there, it's not a problem. You can leave it. It's fine. The volume of the cube is equal to the volume of the pyramid. Cool. What is the volume of cubed? 5 times 5 times 5, 5 cubed. Equal to, what is the volume of pyramid? Volume of pyramid, you should know the formula, is 1/3 base area times by the height. 1/3 of base area. What is the base area? Is 5 squared, because 5 times 5 is 5 squared, or just you can say 25 if you want. 25 times by the height. The 1/3 you multiply it on the other side. 5 cubed is basically what? 125. So 125 times it by 3, because you're dividing by 3 here. You're timing by 25 on that, divided by 25 here, which will give you the height. So that's h is what? You could do it mentally. 25, how many of them is 5? 5 times 3 is 15 centimeters. Okay, Next one. The number of blue counters and orange counters. The number of blue is to orange. Okay, blue is to orange is 3:7. There are only pink counters and yellow counters in bag B. This is bag A. Bag B. The number of counters in bag B is half the counters in bag A. Got it. So there are only pink and yellow in here, but the total is half. What is the total number of counters in here? Okay, given that there are X blue counters in bag A, okay, there are X amount of blue counters in bag A, show that the total counters in bag A and bag B is 5X. Okay, so if I say, if this is X amount of counters, okay, so to go from 3 to X, you just times it by X over 3, then just times it by X over 3 here. That will give you 7 over 3X. Now they told you that the number of counters in bag B is half the counters in bag A. So how much is bag A counters? So this is 1X plus 7 over 3X. Put it on a calculator. That will give you 10 over 3X. 1X means you just put 1 plus 7 over 3 in a calculator, by the way. Yeah. 7 over 3X. Okay. And we want half of it. So divide this by 2. Let's put it on a calculator. 10 over 3 divided by 2. That will give you 10 over 6, which is 5 over 3. So the total in here is 5 over 3X. They want the total number of counters, which is 10 over 3X plus 5 over 3X, which will give you 15 over 3X. That cancels to give you 5X in total. Good. The lowest speed is 15. Got it. So 15 is here. Lower quartile is 25. Got that. Which is here. Median is 30. Got that. Which is here. Okay. They haven't given you the maximum. So the maximum is your lowest speed. And what do you think? Would you add or take away? It makes more sense to add, isn't it? To get the max, right? 15 add 35, which is 15. The maximum is 50 then, I guess. Within the median interquartile range. So if you want the upper quartile, you just take your lower quartile, which is 25, and what do you do to the interquartile range? You add it because you want the upper quartile, so it makes sense to add it. 39, which is here. Okay. Yeah. 25, 35, 39. Yeah, why not? Compare the distribution. This is about the speed of cars. Okay, so in average, cars on what day? Sunday, right? Sunday has a higher speed because a higher median, because they have a higher median. Okay, higher median of what? What number? 42 versus the other one 30. Okay, this is Sunday. Saturday, I think. No, Friday. Okay, next one. In average, which one? I need to work out the interquartile range, to be honest. I know the interquartile range here is 14. Okay, what about this guy? Because it's quite hard to tell. 48 take away 33. 15. What is the interquartile range on that? This 14. So in average, Friday, cars have a more consistent speed because smaller interquartile range, IQR. Okay, so what was the small interquartile range on that day, on the Friday? It's 14 versus 15. Okay, that's on your Friday, and this is Sunday. Okay. Enlargement by a negative factor of -2, enlargement 0, 1. Okay, so 0, 1 is here. So okay, let's check. So let's see this point. So this one, in order to go there, is 1 left and 1 2 down. So 1 left means -1, 2 down means -2. You multiply that by -2, which will give you 2. I'm just starting from here to go to that point. Sorry. So how many left? 7 right, 1 right, and then 2 up. Okay, so 1 right, 2 up means 1 right, 2 up. Times by -2, which will give you -2 and -4. So from there, I will go 2 left, 1 2 left, and then 4 down. 2 left and 4 down. 1 2 3 4. So there. What about this point? So that's 1 right, 1 up. Times by -2. So 1 right and 1 up. Yeah. So if you times it by -2, that's -2 -2, which will make it 2 left, 2 down. Last one. 1 2 3 right, 1 up. 3 and 1. Times it by the scale factor of -2, which is -6 and -2. So -6 means 6 left. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 left is come here, and 2 down, which is here. Okay, around that. Enlarge the triangle T. There you go. It's fine. Right, next one. There are 22 players. So this is product rule for counting, right? 22 players on there. 2 people are going to play at random. So what do? So you would just go 22 times what number? 21. And then remember, they're going to play in pairs. So some A. So you will have A, B. But then you will have B, A, which you can't have. So you go to divide by 2. So divide this by 2, which will give you what? 231. Okay. Next one. Question 14. We start at the end of the. There was 150. Okay, so we will work it backwards because they want to know what is the start of 2022. Okay, so 3727.09, and what did they do? They added. Then interest was added to the account. Then it took 1,500 away from. So add on 1,500, which will give you 37 is 5,227.09. Okay. Then what do we do with the interest rate? The interest is 4.5. So you will go x times 1.045 to the power 1, technically, but it happened for 1 year only, equals to what is it? 5227.09. Take that, divide it, 1.045 to the power 1. What was that answer? So 522.09. 5227.09 divided by 0.45 to the power 1, which is 5,000 and 5,000 gives you 5,002. Now, so we start again on the 5,002. Did they add any account? They did. They took 850 from the account. So 5,002 add 850, which is 5,852. Okay, then interest was added. Okay, cool. So again, we start with the x, 1.045 to the power 1, which is equal to 5852. Take that, divide it, 1.045, which will give you 5852 52 over 1.045, which will make it 5,600. So that's how much they had in the beginning of the account. So you have to work it back. It's like year 6 work then, basically. Next one. That's easy. So b plus 9, just it's only 2 mark, don't expand it. Over 7, b plus 9, and then b plus 9 will cancel. What do you get then? B plus 9 over 7. How do you factorize this? 3 times 4 is 12. Factors of 12, that makes 1. 3 and 4, but you want minus 1. Remember, this is minus 1 more or less. So minus 4 plus 3. 3k plus 3. 3 because it's started with 3. 3k minus 4. Everything divided by 3. That will divide that one. It's easier. K plus 1. 3k minus 4 then. Simple. Next one. So this is x plus 3 over x plus 4. Divide changes into times. X squared plus 4x, you can factorize it because you know the fraction will swap. X out, x plus 4. And this one comes on the bottom and it is difference of squares. So 3 plus x and then 3 minus x because there's a difference of squares. And you can cross cancel and up and down cancel. No up and down, just cross cancel. X plus 3 and 3 plus x is the same thing. X plus 4, that cancels. All we have is x over 3 minus x. Okay, next one. Right, in a direct and inverse function, f of minus 4, 18 over minus 4 minus 2, that's minus 6, minus 3 is the answer. Okay, fg of minus 1, so first always g of minus 1, g first, because it's the second guy, isn't it? 6 minus 2 bracket minus 1, that will give you what? 2, that's 8. Then you go into the first one, whatever that is, f of 8. 18 over 8 minus 2, that's 6, that's 3. Next one, g inverse of 10. So what is g inverse? In order to do g inverse, so y equals to what is 6 minus 2x. Switch them around. The minus 2x bring here, positive 2x equals 6. The y bring it there, minus y. So x is basically divided by 2 then. But g inverse of x first. You can't write 6 minus y, is 6 minus x over 2. But they would like to put what number? They would like to put 10 in there. 6 minus 10 divided by 2. That's a minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2 then. Okay, moving on. The ball is thrown upward, reaches the maximum height of that bounce, given that, on the 4th bounce. So after the first bounce, it has reached height of 6 meters. So h1 is 6, h2, h3, h4. How to do it is you type 6 in the calculator. So it's 0.45 times by 6, isn't it, more or less? So how do you do it? It's because of this equation, right? So you type 6 in the calculator and then you just press equal to, got it? Then you go 0.45 bracket answer key, isn't it? Then you press the make sure put a bracket, otherwise it wouldn't like to work. First one is 2.7. You don't need a method for the other ones, don't worry. Press again. 1.25 meters. Sorry, 215 meters. Press again. 0.54675. But they would like to have it in 3 decimal places. 0.547. That's the 4th, after the 4th bounce. Okay, the height is reached. Next one, the area of triangle ABC. ABC is this one. So if that's your angle, this is the side you're trying to do, which is AC, isn't it? So half times 19 AC sine what angle? 31. Half AB sine C, isn't it? Equals 75. What do you do? AC is just divide the whole thing in it. 75 over a half 19 sine 31. That will give you 15.34. So it will give you 15.34 centimeters I'll do it to 2 decimal places better, because 4 centimeters. Okay, then they would like the area of ACD. Now, so if you look at it, this and this is opposite, then I can do this and this. I can work out this one, AD. So sine rule then, isn't it? AD over opposite one is sine 42 equals, what is that, 15.34 over sine 55. Take that, sine 42 here. How much is AD? Uh, 12.53. So that will give you 12.53. If these two are my sides, because then this needs to be my angle. So what is that angle? Just 180 minus 55 minus 42, isn't it? Which will make it 83. So they want the area of that, so half. AB is 15.34, 12.53 sine 83. That will give you 95 point, how many? 4 decimal place. So I'm going to say 95.38 on my side. So 3 significant figures, so 95.3. Some people, if you do the actual answer, you could get 95.2 as well, which is okay. Even if you got 95.2, is still perfect. Normally 95.3 should be good enough. Okay, next one. Upper bound for R. So okay, so R is the subject. So in order to do upper bound, is upper over lower. What is the upper bound of the P? It's 5.885 times 10 to the 8. What is the lower bound of this guy? 3.55 times 10 to the 5. I'm just going to do that one. I can't be bothered to do the lower bound. Okay, actually I can do the upper bound if you want. 3.65 times 10 to the 5, which is the upper bound. The lower bound is 5.875 times 10 to the power 8. So R is equal to, on the upper bound of that is upper over lower. Upper is 5.885 times 10 to the 8 over lower is 3.55 times 10 to the 5, which will give you 1657.7, but they want to the nearest integer, so 1658 it should be. Okay, next one. Arithmetic sequences. Okay, so in order to do arithmetic sequences, in order to do it, if you have u1, u2, u3, these are the first 3 terms, you just do the takeaway. So u2 take away u1 equal u3 take away u2. So this take away that is equal to that take away that. Okay, so let's see. So u2, so the second term, which is this, take away. When you take away, just careful on the minus. So take away x, it's not minus 3 anymore, it's plus 3 equals to the other one, 3x minus 5. Take away this one, so minus x minus 2. That cancel, that gives you 5. That gives you 2x minus 7. 2x is 12, x is 6. Okay, next one. If it's a geometric sequence, if those are u1, u2, so it's just, instead of take away, it's divide. u2 divide u1 equals u3 divide u2. So basically, this divide this equal this divide this. So instead of take away, it just becomes divide for geometric sequence. Okay, so let's see, u2, so that divide that, so y plus 2 over 3y plus 1 equals to, what is that, y minus 4 over y plus 2. That divide that, cross multiply it. So I go y plus 2 here, 3y plus 1, and then y minus 4 on that one. So I got y squared plus 2y, 2y, that makes it 4y plus 4 equals 3y squared minus 12y plus y is minus 11y minus 4. Bring everything to the right side. 3y squared take away y squared is 2y squared. Minus 11y minus 4y is minus 15y. Minus 4 is minus 8. Can I divide by any number? Nope. 2 times 8 is 16. Factors of 16, that makes 15 is 1 and 16. Minus and plus to make it minus that. So it's 2y plus 1. 2y minus 16. Everything divided by 2. 2 will divide here. 2y plus 1. Y minus 8. That will give you y is minus 1 over 2, or y equals 8. There are two possible values of that, and these are your answers. So this is possible values, right? The next one, a solid grade 9 question. Each side of that is a tangent to the circle. Yeah, each side is smaller than that. Okay, so if you look at it, considering the areas, okay, cool. So the middle one is the circle. The area of circle is pi r squared. Okay, so if I go center here, here to here is radius. Because the inside one is a 6-sided shape, a hexagon, that means it's 60 degree here. That automatically means these are 60 because it's isosceles triangle. So that makes it that makes it a equilateral triangle. So what's the area of one triangle? Half r times r sine 60. Okay, half AB sine C. But there are how many of these triangles are going to be? There's going to be 6 of them if you cut it. Okay, so times it by 6, which will give you 3. Type in a calculator. 6 times a half. R and R is r squared, sine 60. What is that? Okay, my calculator doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, it's fine. 6 times 2 is half is 3 r squared. Sine 60 is root 3 over 2. So it's basically root 3 root 3 over 2 r squared. Okay, so that's the inside one. Let's look at this one. From here to here is r. Oh, that's not r anyways, but okay. That's r. That's the radius. Okay. What else do we know? We would know that is also the no, I don't want that. That's a right angle. Got that. Do they say about anything on the other one? Not really, so that's okay. No. It is also a hexagon. The large one is also a hexagon. I thought it was a heptagon. Okay. So the large one is also a hexagon. That is okay. So what would be the radius of that would be? So if I say okay, let's call this x. Okay, and that's r. You know that's 90. So I can know this angle. Well, this angle is 30. So that's kind of hypotenuse. That's opposite, and that's adjacent. So sine 30 equals O over h. O is x, over h is r. So x is just x times, r times sine 30. You know that sine 30 is a half. So it's a half r then. So if that's a half r, this is a half r. So the whole thing is 1 r. But okay. So we could say, okay, we could work out the area of this triangle, this little triangle here. Base times height. Base is half r times the height is r divided by 2. That will make it 1/4 r squared. But how many of those triangles? Because this is kind of a half triangle, So instead of 6 it's going to be 12. 12 times a quarter r squared, which will make it 3r squared. So we could see it. The first one is root 3 over 2r squared, and then the other one is pi r squared, and the other one is 3 no, the whole thing angle is how much is it? Sorry, sine. Okay, so it's not sine actually, because then you can't get that bit. It's not sine, it's actually cos, because that's not the hypotenuse there. That's opposite and adjacent is tan actually. Tan 30 equals to over tan 30. Opposite is take that out. Opposite is x, over a is r. X is r tan 30. Tan 30 is 1 over root 3. Okay, so which is basically r over root 3 then. So you know this is r over root 3. Then the whole thing will be 2. No, we don't need the whole thing actually. We'll do with this. Okay, so what is the area of that triangle? R over root 3 times by r divided by 2. That will give you r squared over 2 root 3. But you're multiplying this by how many of them? There are 12 of them, so times it by 12. That will give you what? 6r squared over root 3 times it by root 3 and root 3 to rationalize it. 6 root 3 r squared over 3, which will make it 2 root 3 r squared. 2 root 3 r squared. From everything r squared is cancelled, so you end up with that. Okay.